I guess Bristol just ran and jumped across the gap and then climbed down to get the board, because usually they just push the board into the chasm or whatever. So I fell in that thing one time. It sucked.
I went down into it and like crawled through the pipes.
That's a little crazy.
Like,
I wouldn't do that.
Then it's not that.
There was like
that's not sewage or anything. It's just water runoff.
How do you get in there? What do you mean crawl through
where
the pipes?
gap is goes down?
Yeah.
Where the gap goes down,
You
there's like two like rooms, and there's like pipes that are, I don't know how big they are.
Oh, I thought you meant to get across the gap.
How'd you figure that one
I was
out?
like,
You
where
were
did you
just
start
exploring
at?
I don't know why I went down there, but I did, and just followed through, and then there's daylight, and it comes out like where there's a chain link fence there before you go into it. There's like those two pipes are kind of on the other side, and they exit out.
Oh, so you actually followed it all the way out?
Mm-hmm. It's not that far.
Oh, wow.
There was a piece of coping along the side of it, and I tried to walk across, and I lost balance, and I grabbed it, and my legs swung in the air, and I just ate shit like 6 feet down into it in a pile of glass.
Remember when there was all that wood and like dirt and stuff, and you could walk across? It was like mush because it was full of water.
The
it had all kinds of crap that washed down in there.
Because wouldn't it run down those pipes?
Sometimes
it was those gates are shut.
Like
the
chasm was full.
It was full, and there was like this much dirt and mud and sticks and stuff across it, and it made like you could walk across. You could jump on it. It was like it would just barely move. You could ride across it.
I went there with Castillo and had a cast on my arm, so I was on a skateboard going down towards it, and I'd never been there, and I didn't know it was like the road we were on just turned and went downhill quick.
Oh no.
So I'm like on a skateboard with big wheels, camera bag on my back, cast on my arm, and there's just hauling ass. And I was like, chain link fence coming up. I was like, I am dead right now. And, I was like, here we go, see if I can run this out. And I jumped off and took like 2 steps and just tumbled.
Well, with your camera bag.
Oh man, I dented my camera. And
dented your pride.
We roll in, and like Castillo's got his bike, I'm on a skateboard, and I'm just bloody as hell with a cast on my arm, you know, and like there's a couple skaters there, and they're like, oh shit, these guys must like shred something wild or shred, you know. I was just all beat up. Like, I think luckily there's a rope there to get across the chasm too.
Is that photo?
Yeah, that's from that day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Before or after the camera got jacked?
The camera's okay, but I definitely did some damage to it. I don't know why, but I felt like pulling these out while you guys are here. Some covers,
milking it.
I haven't seen this one for a little bit.
Well, you only got one?
Show that to the camera.
You only got one?
Why don't you show that to the camera so the kids can see what I'm talking about here.
Which one do you like better out of those covers there?
Out of these two?
Yeah.
May 01. What are yours? 04 and 08.
This is June 05, and this is December 03.
I think I was just as psyched on that Japan article that I shot that's in here than everything else.
Oh yeah, you shot the whole article on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Have you been shooting photos at all?
I'm gonna have to tail whip.
Yeah?
Still
shooting?
That was shot with a point and shoot.
That's awesome. Let's talk about the old school thing a little bit.
Pova pretty much talked me into it, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I was going to go to Toronto, but I hadn't been on my bike since Christmas, so I thought a slow start would be in order.
Just back problems, right?
Yeah, like I think I bruised something. I got x-rays, and it was nothing serious, so I just had to wait it out. And I was going to go to Toronto, and I didn't think I was ready for qualifying or anything, so I figured a weekend ride with dudes even older than me was just what the doctor ordered. So Pova convinced me to go. I got a ticket with Miles, and it was awesome.
Nice.
Like all my heroes were there, all the old Haro guys. That was kind of a little funny. Thanks, Morgan.
Excuse me, I have to get this.
Yeah, right.
Pova.
Better be good.
You're fired.
We're doing like the program's done.
Drop-in thing or whatever. Right. We're filming right now. Wait.
Oh, he's in.
What?
Pova.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
So yeah, I don't know. It was a wild weekend, man. Like really chill sessions, riding with a bunch of dudes that I'd never been able to ride with before.
Who were you most psyched on? Oh, Mulligan.
Yo, why'd you hang up on Morgan? I'll just say hi. Don't interrupt our interviews anymore.
Why did he call Morris?
Bye. Because I was calling him.
Oh. Who are you most psyched to get
to be honest, it wasn't even an old school dude. It was Joey Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't seen Joey probably since we did that trip. And I don't know, he's always been one of my favorite dudes, man. Riding and off his bike, too, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. So he'd be top of the list. Otherwise, like, Volker's probably the coolest dude I've ever met in biking, you know?
Yeah.
That was awesome. He even had the whole family up there, and he was just giving her. Like, it was fun. I'd do it again in a second. I think they're going to make it an annual thing.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I think one of the funnest things is just, like, after everyone's riding at night, just everyone hanging out at the bar and, like, getting to know each other or, you know, catching up on stuff and old videos and shit.
I got a picture with Blyther, Norrie, and Wilkerson, and that was, like, the first BMX show, like, legit show I'd ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. That was seriously, like, one of the best shows, like, top to bottom I'd ever seen. I mean, still to this day. Like, I mean, they were dialed, man. They toured for years, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good crew. Norrie did the Flatland demo at the bar.
At the bar?
No, they had a battle.
There was a battle going on. Like,
Yellow and
shirts off and like.
It was a
80s
bit of a
freestyle
sausage
flatland
tricks.
tricks.
Oh, I'm at
Left and right.
I called it a wrinkly sausage party. a bunch of old dudes.
Didn't know he do the what is it? Not the banderole.
He did shit I never saw him do. He's dialed right now. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I know he still rode the entire time, right?
I don't know if he's doing shows or what, but I don't think he missed a beat, man. Like,
yeah.
I remember when, like, you know, he lived in San Diego, and Gary and I would be down at the beach, and we bumped into him and had no idea who he was, and he was like, oh, I got this one, and whatever, what is it called? The banderole. He rolls forward or something?
Banderole he did.
Yeah, but I could hear, he was so skinny, he would do it, he did it on straight cement, and I could hear his spine go, on the ground, and we're like, that was awesome, but that was absolutely frightening.
Norrie looked good, man. Like, he's got to be late 40s, I don't know. It was cool seeing who was really fat. I mean, I saw a lot of familiar faces that I thought I knew who it was, but I mean, it was really cool to see, like, who was in shape, who had been Todd Anderson looked amazing on his bike. Like,
yeah,
hadn't lost a beat, or he had. It's awesome when they have that exact same style still, 20 years, more than that probably. But yeah, and there's a couple dudes a little bloated though. It was funny.
I heard that a lot of dudes were like real psyched on the foam pit just because they probably never got to experience something like that, right?
They were. Who was it? Brad Blanchard.
Oh, Brad.
Brad is a nutcase, by the way. I mean, everyone already knows.
Yeah.
But was it you talking to him?
I talked to him for a little bit, yeah.
About the foam pit stuff?
No.
He was freaking out. He's like, oh man, I would have pulled the body burial so long ago.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's bummed because
yeah.
he would have probably, I mean, he got close just giving her.
Who was talking about a body burial the other day?
No one's even really.
And you know, Brad's the first one who was trying bike flips, which
yeah.
Oh, that's what I was
may
thinking
have
of. Bike flip. Yeah, because he did one at Scrap, 92. He got a foot on the frame.
He would try one on 2-foot box jumps and get just as close. It was like
That's wild.
He came up to me like 4 years ago at one of those ASA contests. And he's like,
was he pumped?
Dude, I hadn't met him yet. He was like, thank you, I can sleep at night now. Someone finally did it. And I didn't even do it first, but
yeah.
Who did it?
I was psyched.
Sanad
Grossid?
Was he really the first one?
Yeah, he did it. Like, you know, the Austrian kids, man.
I know Sanad. I just didn't realize he was the first one.
He did it. Like,
there was some like little web video the other week where it was like it was like a quiz or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was some weird web video.
I just happened
it was like
who was
the first person to do a bike flip, and it was like in another language, and they were like Morgan Wade, and I was like wrong.
Yeah, that would have been my guess.
I was just the first to really get it, like coverage of it, really doing it, and for a while there I could do it pretty consistently.
Yeah, you don't do it much anymore, huh?
I haven't done it much at all. I need to start doing them again.
Woodward still does them pretty often, Steve.
Does he?
Yeah.
That would have been a good.
I really need to start doing them again.
What else? How's Appleton?
Good. Like I said, winter was rough.
Do you guys have an indoor park?
Not anymore. That sucks. I was doing Thursdays down in Milwaukee every week, which was awesome because the crew down there is insane. You know, like I don't know if they come out specifically when they hear it coming, or if they're just. I think they're probably just always there because I don't know. We always have good. I can ride there for 2 hours and do more than I do in most weeks. You know. It's awesome. So I used to do that every Thursday until I hurt my back, and then now it's nice out. I got a glacier about 3 feet thick on one of my ramps, but
yeah, you have your own ramps, right?
Yeah, they're just 2/4, but they're fun, and I mean anything up your back door is awesome.
Better, yeah.
How's family life?
Good. Thompson's about ready for a little bike. He's been he got real hooked on his tricycle at the end of the year, like going up and down the ramps. It has one of those little handles, and he'd get pissed if you didn't take him up and down the ramps. So I think he's ready for a bike. So
you gonna start him out with front brakes?
That'll be his choice, man.
Rocket
he's gonna have all the brakes, all the pegs, and all the pads you can wear, and maybe a hat under his helmet. No, everyone always asks me, "You want him to be a pro biker?" And I'm like, I don't know. I prefer a pro surfer or something. rather go to Hawaii or Tahiti than skate parks in Ohio.
Another video.
That I have so many freaking tapes that I haven't looked at, and when I think about it, I'm like, wow, I got a lot of shit. I mean, you figure the last video was out 3 years ago or something.
Yeah.
I haven't really stopped taping anything. Like I know Kaczynski and Chad, like all their stuff goes to WebVids or whatever they're doing. So I don't know.
But if you told him, if you told Kaczynski you wanted to make a Bago video, he would hold on
the most pumped on Bago, on the next Bago, is Jamie Spritzer. That dude has been killing it for the last year, and serious shit. Shit no one besides Jamie would think of, no one besides Jamie would do or could do. Like, it's wild. People are gonna be a little. I mean, it's not trendy or cool.
Yeah, he's always crazy.
But it's wild stuff, man. I think people will be psyched. So Jamie's all about it. Maybe he'll actually. I'm thinking maybe end of summer or something.
Who would
That'd be a nice.
Who would you like to have in a Baco video that's never had anything in it?
Never had a clip in Baco video. This is not to answer your question, but I got a text from Biz, like, must have been right before he got hurt. It just says, I want to film for Baco. That's awesome. I want as much Biz clips as possible. Someone that's never been in a Baco video. Oh, that's a tough question.
I have an alternate question.
Got about a minute of tape left.
Let me think of someone real quick.
10 seconds.
Immediate challenge, think of something.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I like Harry Main, man. Like, just, I have to say that that downside 3-whip to foot jam thing in was one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. But, yeah, I don't know, he's kind of young.
All right, alternate question. Who would you want to film a clip for Baco uncensored?
Oh my God.
Besides Nate Wessel, probably, let me think, who has the hottest girlfriend or wife? Corey Bowen.